Would you aid me in reaching the entrance?
That's that then.
I concur.
Naught feels quite so wasteful as coming upon a fine Dorian.
I grant your weapon a magical boon. Well done.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Under the tail!
Focus is key. Don't let its movements befuddle you.
I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself. We shall have to crane our necks to spot our foes in a place like this.
We must be ready for anything. That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
You went in there to save my fellow soldiers. Well now. I underestimated you, friend. I shall send word of your deeds to the captain. You've done well this day. I thank you. We'll see to the rest of this mess. You need not trouble yourself further.
Hold, sir. I'd rethink pressing onward if I were you. The village is crawling with Saurians. Forgive me. I didn't mean to startle you. I used to call this place home, you see, in times more peaceful. You're the Arisen, are you? Well, that's something. We were hoping to reclaim our village, but it doesn't seem we'll have much luck. We fled when the dragon attacked some days past, thinking we'd return once the baleful thing was gone. Easier said than done, clearly. In our absence, a basque of Saurians have made our homes their own. What are we to do? The guards not like to send soldiers all the way out here. But mayhap they needn't at all. You are the Arisen, aye? Could we trouble you to aid us in our hour of need? Please, sir. Do something, anything about the Saurians infesting our village.
A basque of Saurians has made its nest within the village. But not for long, if we have any say in the matter.
Careful now. Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
You're soaked! Do try not to catch cold.
Was most effective.
I shall heal you at once. Wait a moment. We cannot let
I think that the same spell that will overwhelm our foes out of five magic.
We'd best report back. Some variety would be nice. We must fight.
Feast your eyes on this!
Is the deed done, good Arisen? Oh, thank you, thank you! We shall all be able to return to our homes at last. I can hardly wait to bring these tidings to the other villagers. I dare say we'll have this place livable again ere long. I cannot thank you enough. Long will you be known as a friend to our village. If you happen to pass by, do come visit us, won't you? I should like for you to see this place as 'twas afore the dragon's attack. For your sake, as well as ours, we'll do our utmost to see the village restored.
With this, the peril has passed. Still, perhaps we ought to visit the village again anon, just to be certain.
Right you are.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need.
I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
If ever you've need of an ear to listen,
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall...
'Tis a pity we must part after sharing such a
Are
journey.
you fit to travel? Then let's not dawdle.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Look there. I espy another statue.
Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs.
They say thieves strike swift as the wind and sudden as a thunderbolt. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. Now to report to Captain Brandt. Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
Prepare yourselves!
The Arisen have been poisoned!
I grant your weapon a magical boon. That battle took more out of me than I would have liked.
What fails to destroy us only enhances...
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
We must not let down our guard. Really now? What are you doing?
You ought not to be so careless.
fight our enemies.
This battle is ours!
It's pleasantly cool here, what with the canopy overhead.
We are not alone here. Monsters lurk near. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Too many people.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
All he's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Tell is, Vermund was once a Beastren kingdom.
Truly.
Indeed. Though 'tis not what...
Well, men, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to... the foremost hospitality in... Much obliged. This inspires more forgiveness.
Greetings. Welcome to the guild. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vote. Forgive me. But you see, as we currently... And we cannot simply purchase, so regrettably I cannot... Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick. He runs the local armory. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We shall have to scour high and low.
Hi. Faring well, I hope. Would you care to join me? I'd not say no to a bit of company. I was hoping you'd say that. Do you know, I had a feeling we'd meet here today. Say, you're not from round here, are you? Are you a traveler? Have you seen many places? How I envy you. This city is all I know. I long to learn more of the outside world, but she's always telling me how dangerous it is beyond the palace walls. But, after all, if the world truly is so perilous, what of the lives of our people? They must be fraught with It seems unfair that I alone should be shielded from that reality. But listen to me waffling on. Ah, I almost forgot. Here, I brought more of the money I owe you. I should have the remainder ready by our... My apologies, friend, but I'd best be going. I mustn't let Mother find out I left the palace. Thank you for indulging me. I do hope we'll see each other.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Twill near get done if I...
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the western road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore. But no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh?
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope that... It seems we must venture to Trevo Mine. I believe it lies to the northwest of Vernworth. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Would you mind coming over here? Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths.
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
Over here, if you please. Goblins, Master!
We achieved remarkable synchronicity.
Once more.
A cave. Shall we proceed into the depths?
Proceeding ill-prepared invites an early grave.
By your leave.
You have my protection.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon. Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sign.
Remain alert, and Lord will catch us by surprise. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Would anyone care to push? Foremost priority is to douse those flames. I grant you roaring flame.
Here we go again. We fight. To arms.
Understood.
This should be amusing. I will finish this, here and now.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
Danger might lurk anywhere, where every shadow and mind is seen.
Oh, was but a trick of the light.
Very well. I shall return.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
Wake up! We're being raided!
We must remain vigilant.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Hold your taunts!
Let me get that.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
Right you are. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Last night's scuffle. Here's
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Good evening, sir. I trust there's trade to be had in times both fair and Well. You know where to find.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
This really is fine craftsmanship. The goblin's lair lies somewhere along... I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know someone taught them a lesson at least.
Not buying?
The goblins... I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me... peace of mind to know someone taught them a lesson at...
Fancy a look at my wares?
Welcome to Bjorn's Arm, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So, many thanks. I appreciate the business.
I've brought you a gift. Will you accept it?
Well met, sir. Good evening, sir. I trust...
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared.
I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale. Hoi, friend. Have any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
quite agree.
And should my tale entertain you?
The Goblin's Lair. I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. Bring me peace of mind.
How might I be of service?
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Read anything? Now to report to Captain Brandt. Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for. The person we're here to meet.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a... Always a pleasure. Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back any time.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have your mo... There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You've done a fine job culling those monsters, Your Majesty. 'Tis common knowledge among the people that 'twas you who delivered them from danger. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of an audience with the Arisen grows by the day. Should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come when Disa can no longer deny your presence, and ere it slips my mind. Pray, take this. 'Tis a symbol of my own gratitude.
And with that, our task is done.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation.
I sense eyes upon us.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
You don't need a permit to get in. Just hide in the back of an ox cart, aye? Mind, you've got to avoid the guard's line of sight. But it's easy enough. I should know. I've done...
Whatever could you want from me?
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace?
Isn't much to go on.
Bleeding amateurs. The rules at your neck.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
We're here, Master.
If that is your... destination we cannot follow.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
The wise are as discerning with time as with coin. I'll have to remember this place.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape. Forgive me.
Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the Arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive. And 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the sculptor in my stead. The man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
Shall we seek some answers? My magics are yours to command, should you require the skill of a mage.
Sir Ludolf's lust knows no bounds. This time he's set his sights on the Watchhead's missus. Still, however pressed, no man is like to hand her his own wife, eh? The Watchhead refused, and rightly, but his lordship doesn't take no for an answer. He employed his usual method, which is to say, he dispatched the Watchhead on a mission to slay a Dullahan. Poor old Gregor departed last night. I'm sorry to say it, but he shan't be returning alive. That's the sort of man that noble is, you see. Naught noble about him, if you ask me.
Well met, sir. My foreign men are dangerous. Now here's a welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Disa's schemes run deep. To think, Disa's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
That's odd.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phases fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
There is much we ought to tend to. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit, and many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldar will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee, be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Pawns aren't permitted entry to the palace, but I would see you to the entrance if I may.
It's been a hard day. Fancy a look at my wares?
The goblins, I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. Bring me peace of mind.
The rules at your desk.
Dreams
Good evening, sir. I trust...
Shall we get some rest then?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
All this worry is giving me an achy back.
Just about any. Time to head to market, methinks.
Bunch of sluggards. New blood. We shall remain here.
I know you're made of sterner stuff than that.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
I end up feeling
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
This place never fails to calm us. The pursuit of betterment is an endless. A short repose would do me a lot of good. What's this I smell?
Must be pretty fine.
Steel yourself, and we shall not fall here.
Not bloody luck. You're really pushing your luck.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
You have the strength to prevail.
It's a fight, but I can take you.
We shall await you here, Master.
Huh? Thanks, I suppose.
And have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Oh. Then we are presented with 3 options. Either the law of our world that allows only one Arisen has been upended, or Deeza's Arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are Arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be Arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true Arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be? Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests, and I need not turn my ear to Deeza's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
But not at the expense of my duty.
In the humdrum. Greetings. You need only make a worthy offering in exchange. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would...
Oh, you there? Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure. Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen Your Majesty, I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'Tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the Minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say? I shall ensure that the door to the Minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray. Use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Do not forget that we work to serve the citizens.
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Am I shedding? Must be my winter coat broken.
You are the Follow me! Tis best you move along. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I wish the Minister would be more careful. Do you recall that package from the tower?
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Oh, perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me now. If Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, my lady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, my lady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. Is that all you have to say for yourself? 'Tis sweet of you to mind your manners, but such niceties won't get you far with me. Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it.
Just about anywhere. I'd sooner stay out of the rain. When does my watch end?
I could see myself.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need. 'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes. Good. I see.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim, as if I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Battahl, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melve, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Battahl. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melve and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melve? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melve.
A moment long away.
Quasus. Now there's a name.
As a reward for Your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that Your Majesty return once you've procured such attire.
That's quite enough.
Welcome. What else needs doing?
Well met, son.
A treasure chest. Shall we...
Welcome to... And quality is what you need if you want to survive. Hope to see you again.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Need anything? Many thanks. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
This really is fun. The Goblin, I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace. Of mind to know someone taught them a lesson.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim. A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Naught springs to mind, I'm afraid. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place?
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
I don't know what to do.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
What teachings might salve the people's woes? I must be grateful.
Must come from the spirit.
Causes conflict.
I'm bloody starving.
I've had enough. Just let it end.
We shall remain here.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? I suspected as much. Then we are...
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Suppose I can finish it tomorrow.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I suppose that's enough for one day.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate.
This is a place of prayer.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Got to keep it together.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we aught shall change once we have attended the coronation, If your majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis very well. Pray inform me, is there aught else you would speak of, your majesty? For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, your majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security. So pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, your majesty. There is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Need anything? Stop by again soon.
I'll take any. The rules at your service.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
Don't look to me to solve this. Not today. This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Peers seem so much more capable.
It's a blessing.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink. Something.
Hang about. Enjoy the... Perchance you, the Sovereign, wounded in glorious combat with the dragon, is recovered at last. No tidings could be more joy indeed. 'Tis a weight off my heart to think that our fair Vermund shall once again be governed by a true ruler.
Stay out of the class where it possible. Couldn't hurt to put my feet.
my next ship.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find. Really now? You mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
Go on, have a look. Stay home.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir, but there isn't to be a masquerade this day.
Time to hit the sack.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. At a place with books likely to Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. But is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Ah. There is one other. Masquerades being as they are, you will require much is made of appearances at such gatherings. And 'twould be... Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Aught shall change once we have if your Majesty has any unfinished business. Very well. Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermund. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your Majesty venture to Vermund's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
You! Huh. My. I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious, no? I am an agent, of a sort. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over, now you found me out. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Aye. You'll have your coin. That's how this works, isn't it? Haha. Glad we understand each other. I'll be on my way then.
You showed mercy to the agent master. How very gracious of you.
Well now, I'm not sure.
What should I do?
It's been a hard day. Arms for the poor. Pray grant those. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. For him.
Let us begin by... gathering information.
You have my...
Where could... Perhaps you could try asking the other children.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together. But I overslept, and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no, I wasn't meant to tell anyone that. To plague the world. I know so little of this world. And I don't know.
I fear this trial is too much for one such as me.
The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey.
They haven't got hang about. Someone will buy orcs.
Where could Malcolm... Perhaps you could try asking the other children.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery.
Let me think on this.
Malcolm? All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. don't know why he bothered.
Don't we have a report to make, Master?
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? And perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
'Tis overly narrow here, and ill-suited to combat.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled, ears pricked.
'Twas well worth the effort of breaking it.
This is a poor remuneration for our efforts, I must say.
Rarely have I felt so empty.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We're to be guided to our destination. Let's try to follow along.
True enough.
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
I cannot fault your prowess.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Well said.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. 'Twill be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
'Tis quite the collection of tomes. I'm sure I'd be seeing stars Were I the scholarly sort.
Indeed, you are correct. Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
We are under attack!
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon!
To charge ahead may be to rush headlong into danger. Let us take care to move as one.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my... Oh, to think such a place existed. Oh, very guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought be...
Tis good to be reunited.
Aye, this should be far enough. My thanks. thanks. If you truly are Arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
Welcome to the Star. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back any time. Welcome to the. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Always a pleasure.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your it seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts.
That was certainly worth.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true risk, do not forget that we work to...
Well met, sir. Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the...
I have no issue falling asleep.
"'Twas a certain sorcerer. Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
I hope you slept well. Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored out my...
Well,
our first sovereign in decades.
Have you heard? There's been more restrictions on goods traded with Batar.
I'm frightfully busy. No time for idle chatter.
I find it liberating to hide my face.
Another fence.
Why, no. Pay me no. We who are gathered here are naught but nameless nobles. 'Twould be uncouth to inquire after another's identity.
Another ale can't make my...
Smiles are the fine... Everyone who dances with me complains of sore feet.
Best to remain sober. Much to be done on the...
I shan't let
I'm frightfully busy. No time for idle chatter. I'm frightfully busy.
I find it liberating.
I find dressing for these occasions awful.
Beg pardon, sir, but I'm on duty at present.
No. We who are gathered here...
So, tell me more of this ox cart.
As I hear it, it turns... from the high road only to vanish. 'Twas carrying some few dozen pawns at the time as well.
You were posted in front of the passage yesterday. Surely these
Methinks I'll have a rest.
A welcome respite from all that...
Is this fast truly to the Sovereign's taste?
Surely these extravagant...
These occasions awfully tedious.
Dull days for us are...
I would fain...
Would that all my do not test me.
faces in the same tired frocks.
Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour will be right.
In here.
Open up!
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean I. As you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phaesus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
I wasn't worried for a moment. Wherever you go, we pawns will always find you, Arisen.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
Oh dear.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your... Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phaesus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phaesus fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
I know not what to make of this.
for whatever happens here. Anyhow, nice, juicy piece. So tired. I barely the vim to tie my boots. My knees have been acting up of late. So tired. I've barely the vim to tie my boots.
Take it easy today. I'm not going to be social. I've too much to do.
Suffer so tired. I've barely the vim to tie my boots. Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
This isn't much to go on.
These writings could be of import.
Let's have a look then.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir. Have we some business? You mean to tell me that Albert has been playing the part of a beggar? That man who would sooner starve to death than lift a finger in the pursuit of honest labour? If this is a jest, it is in very poor taste. All the same, I shall test the truth of your accusation, and who better to make it plain for us than Albert himself? I will place these clothes somewhere about the house. If he has aught to hide, his reaction when he finds them will doubtless be very telling. You may visit us again in a few days' time. Fear not. I have no intention of causing a fuss.
What am I to do?
I'm lost without those garments.
Aye? What do you want?
I shall have Albert himself verify your accusation. You may visit us again in a few days.
What am I to do? I'm lost without those garments.
Good to see you. Those garments you gave me had a marked effect. Albert set off to work the moment he saw them, and he's been working steadily e'er since. I ne'er thought I'd see the day. To be frank, I've not the slightest interest in the man, but he can surely benefit this city much more by performing an honest duty than by begging on the streets. In short, you've done us all a service. Pray, allow me to show my appreciation.
Fascinating. To see these... tales play out so different. Differently is one of the few privileges of a pawn.
Tis not what I expected.
Days like this.
There's a ladder here. After you, Arisen.
An ox cart or...
Oi there, friend. All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you... My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road. But now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melve again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melve. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard. Then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
This needs to be delivered. Shall we see it done?
This ox cart's bound for Melve. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
I'm in no hurry to leave. Can't afford any mistakes this time. This job better be worth it.
I grant your weapon a magical boon. Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
You stand a chance. You're dead wrong.
There was a patient man.
Damn dragon. Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll fell that thing myself. There you are. You will share my destiny and my hunger.
This village is my home. You cannot expect me to abandon it. Pray, lend me your aid.
I grant you roaring flame. You see, this is not I'll supply my magic tools. I cast the spell more quickly.
The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns.
The beast spits a fell substance. Avoid it at all costs.
Be on your guard.
Well then.
We can hear reports of rush headlong into battle. Let us watch our foe carefully to determine our best strategy here. I shall know my pain twofold.
Blows to the head will send this bow reeling.
If we concentrate our attacks there, we'll soon...
I'm grateful to you, Arisen.
The beast spits a fell substance. Avoid it at all costs.
Be wary. Aught is amiss.
Take that!
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. When enraged, this creature is capable of calamitous strength. We ought not to provoke it.
How are we meant to attack it without hindering it? This is reaction. Lashing out in attacks. Might we not use this to our advantage?
I am well aware of it. I must be losing my nerve. Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
Show yourself. 'Twas a lesson in determination. Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style all my own, a patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of slaying the dragon.
Wasn't sure we'd survive.
What I can do for you?
We're...
He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on him. Yet if aught were to befall him... Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only... it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those. Please, sir. I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and 'tis hard to describe, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your hands, friend.
We have been called upon to render aid. Let us make haste.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain.
Seems naught ever goes right. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
We'll never get anywhere if all we do is rest.
We shall be ill-prepared for battle if we rest overmuch.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour. Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Britain gets the world.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
Norbert, are you hurt?
Most impressive.
Get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Resounding success.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
You'll get what's coming to you. I thought I was done for.
Aye, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Aye, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
We ought to avoid combat if we can. Our priority is to see our charge delivered safely. Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. Mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer... We managed to save Norbert. Perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sir Ian was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did.
I appreciate that.
Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
I'd be glad to talk when I'm off duty.
I appreciate that.
What might you need?
A good day to you. We found a chest. Let us examine what it has to offer.
Yes?
met. Looking to make purchase? Much obliged, sir.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
Me? As...
I'm frightfully busy. No time for idle chatter.
Hoy! An odd...
I'm frightfully busy. No time for idle chatter.
Aught you need of me?
I'll gladly stay a while.
Have you need of me?
Looking for some work.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It is a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
Our results are awaited. What say we make our report?
Well met, sir.
How might they? They're acting up.
E'er since the reign of Rothaeus, the founder of Vermund, the village of Malv has played an indispensable role in the defense of our kingdom against the dragon. Yet twice now has the dragon set upon this village, inflicting numerous casualties, before being allowed to flee. The fault here lies with you, Ser Ulrika. You have failed in your duty as acting chief.
With all due respect, Sir Martin, our village has dispatched many of its young hands to the northern stronghold since its completion. Was it not the former consul who decreed that the stronghold should serve to defend the kingdom, with Malv offering aid only where needed? Yet the stronghold has remained entirely silent to our plight. How can you say that the fault is ours to bear?
I know of no such agreement. At the very least, Queen Regent Disa has mentioned naught of the kind.
But I'm quite sure the consul...
You would dare misrepresent the words of the dead? Or do you mean to imply that the Queen Regent has spoken falsely? If so, then Malv's problems run far deeper than I had thought. 'Tis not indolence that has taken root here, but treason. The village entire will answer for this.
What? I intended nothing of the sort. Pray, let us...
Save your honeyed words, traitor. I must inform the Queen Regent of this development.
You came to see me? Forgive me, I've much to ponder. Still, how would you like to stay the night? I've yet to repay you for aught you've done for me. A small show of hospitality is surely the least I can do. 'Twas by your godly efforts that Malv escaped the worst of the dragon's assault. The people of this village are more precious to me than life itself. To lose them would have been the end of me. You have my earnest gratitude, friend. I wanted to tell you that. Now, 'tis time we slept. There is much to be done for the village, and I shan't manage it without a good night's sleep.
Where is Ulrika? The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended as a traitor to the kingdom. All who seek to abet her will be tried in turn. Bring her before me at once.
Ulrika is gone.
What?
She stole away in the dead of night. Ask around. Several witnesses can confirm it. I cannot say why for certain, but I imagine she took your words to heart, Overseer. Realizing her plans for rebellion had been found out, she chose to abandon the village, for our sake.
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone? That the rest of the villagers harbor no rebellious intent?
Aye, that's the long and short of it.
Very well. I shall take you at your word, sir. However, the absence of a leader will sow naught but chaos. For the time being, your village will be in our hands. If 'tis as you say, I do not expect there will be any objections.
Ah, there you are. There's aught I would ask of you. It concerns Ulrika. You've heard she fled the village, aye? Though that is the case, she would never truly abandon it. She left the village that she might fulfill her charge, protecting Vermont against the dragon. As for where she went, I do not know. 'Twould be unwise for me to go looking for her, lest I draw the eyes of the Overseer's troops. However, should you happen to find her, would you tell me where she is hiding? I can only pray that she does not fall into the Queen Regent's clutches.
Making a living as a soldier.
Stay a while. I'll not take that from you.
This place is awful dull.
Wearing armor.
Play
Waiting on a report.
I don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
I'm not taking any passengers just now, sir.
Reckon you can do as you please, eh?
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound for... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
This can't be how it is.
Fine.
This one's shaking.
Out of the car.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Is this some sort of Jake?
Ah, you've returned. How splendid! You've been an immense help, I must say. The cart reached its destination safe and sound, and from the tell of it, you even rid the road of a few monsters. You've certainly earned a reward, my friend. Here you are.
Ox carts seem a convenient. Choice for longer journeys. I see no harm in making use of them as needed, Master.
I quite agree.
Well met, sir. Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospital. Much obliged. This inspires naught but heavy living.
Greeting. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining. To vocations. If there is aught amiss, have you found any of the item discussed, perchance? Do come again.
Peruse at your leisure.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
The goblin, I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. Would bring me peace of mind. And to know someone taught them.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Welcome to Bjorn, and quality is what you need if you want to. Survive.
So for you many thanks. I appreciate the...
Our packs are heavier, and our...
Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you want... to survive. Hope to see you again.
While you're here, eh?
Spirits? Good heavens, thankless job this.
To break the law is to be thrown in jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come. We've got goblins!
Use these flames to smite our enemies. Well done, Master.
I will protect you.
What is that? A tower? Nay, a statue?
We ought to take a closer look.
Suppose I could enjoy some idle chit-chat. Care to hear an old man's request? My thanks. Fortunate I am to know.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to
I'll combine my magic with yours, and you might cast the spell more quickly. I grant your weapon a magical boon. I believe your foe is forged light. We ought to extinguish our lanterns lest the summoner.
By the skin of our teeth.
We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets...
So, we meet again?
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. Such a magnificent tapestry of stars.
Right you are. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Well done!
unwelcome for an ally to appear for once.
We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort.
By your leave.
Let us see what you're made of.
I grant you roaring flame.
Focus. A moment of indecision may spell our doom.
Now I understand.
This brute has lost the temper.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
Of course. We would do well to keep the high ground and fight for the living. It will make overpowering our foes all the simpler. That was... Never have I encountered such strategy.
It's not what
This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
It's a dangerous thing traveling after dark. They have to bring past the night.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
The enemy slows. Perhaps we have tired them out.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
a focused attack will end the way.
A night-bound forest is fearsome indeed.
We shall have to be all the more wary till sunup casts the shadows away.
Grant you an elemental boon.
Success.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack. Methinks this can only be destroyed from the other side.
I'm not altogether happy with this.
My thanks. Don't be modest. Let me show my thanks.
It's this way.